Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Krawczyk, and I am Global Direct Sales Director of Alliance Abroad. And I am very happy to welcome you all for our in-person, but online this time, info session for our in-person first that we are going to host in Cape Town. And it's going to be on the 16th of May. And the location of this event is International Hotel School in Cape Town. I am going to guide you through the whole process and information about our program, J1 Intern and Trainee. So you have an idea of eligibility criteria, of what the event itself is about, and also about the host companies that they are going to come all the way from the United States to meet you in person for interviews, and hopefully they are going to offer you a position for 1 year internship or trainee program in the United States, starting in August this year or in September in terms of the positions for front desk. I will give you more information about that in a moment. But starting from the information about what actually is the J1 intern and trainee program in hospitality. So, as some of you already you are aware of the information that we provided you before, but to guide you a little bit more about it, this is a United States cultural exchange program that allows qualified international candidates to gain professional experience by training in American hospitality companies for up to 12 months. And here also, it's about you exchanging the experience, the cultural experience that you are bringing from your home country or country of residency. So it's mutual exchange of the culture experience, plus for you, amazing boost of your future career in hospitality and culinary section. In terms of benefits of the program, so there are multiple benefits, so there is not enough points on this slide to explain how many benefits this program brings. But let's start from the main ones that they are very important for you all. So basically, the benefit that is very important is that professional development with top US hospitality brands. And here I will stop for a moment because this particular webinar is to promote our in-person fairs in Cape Town for Marriott's brand. So this Marriott speaks louder than word. So as you know, Marriotts are international brand known around the world. And here we have three places located in Florida. And the host company is coming all the way from the US to meet you in person and to also present all of these three locations to you so you have better understanding of their brand. What is more in terms of benefits of the program? It's providing you a tailored training plans to enhance your skill set. So let's stop also here for a moment. It's very important for you to understand that this is not typical work opportunity. This program, the J1 visa for this exchange program, gives you the opportunity to receive personalized training plan for the whole duration of the program, which is 12 months. So during this program, you will be guided throughout your adventure when you are going to work in Marriott, and you are going to gain very necessary skills and experience. So whatever you already gained in terms of your current work experience and educational background, the whole idea of this program is to provide you with advanced level, new skills and new experience. So after 12 months, you actually can apply for different type of programs, or straight away you can apply for job opportunity. In terms of other benefits, of course, you are going to build your international network for future jobs. So exactly what I already started talking about. Having in your resume 12-month of training or internship program within the Marriott brand is amazing option for you to boost your career in the future. What is more, it gives you competitive edge in your career. So exactly, knowing that you have international work experience after finishing this program, when your future employers are checking your resume or interviewing you, it's something that definitely is worth mentioning, especially if you are thinking of continuing career in hospitality and culinary section. In terms of full visa sponsorship, and also we are guaranteeing you that before going to the United States, you are going to have guaranteed placement. So what it means in reality is that it's not that you are starting your program in the US without knowing where you are going to stay and when and where your internship and training program will start. Everything is clear for you. You know exactly when is your program start date, when is your program finishing. You receive your job offer, your training plan before applying for a visa. And also, lastly, I will mention that during the program, you have 24/7 health insurance provided and support when you are in the United States. Now, we will go into details about eligibility criteria. So in terms of this particular event that we are going to host in Cape Town this year in May, 16th of May, I'm going to specify this eligibility criteria not only in terms of internship and training program itself, but particularly about this event. So let's focus on that. To basically be able to be accepted by us, firstly, you need to confirm that you are going to be able to attend the in-person fair in Cape Town. So this is number one. And I do understand that some of you are already located in Cape Town. So definitely you have a chance to not travel far away to be able to attend this event. But I also understand that some of you might live currently in further locations. So knowing the date, all details will be also confirmed in terms of the exact time, but it will be in the morning, it will start in the morning. So it is important that you can plan this whole event beforehand so you can make it happen and attend in person first. Next, be able to start the program in the United States in August this year. And here I mentioned at the beginning, in terms of starting program. So for culinary rotation positions, the program start date is in August. And in terms of front desk position, I received lastly information from the host company that they are going to accept start program date in September this year. Next, currently enrolled full-time in hospitality or culinary program outside the United States, or if you graduated within the 12 months. So this requirement is for the internship program. And particularly it means that you either need to be currently enrolled as a student, but it's very important about the educational background. So the institution that we are accepting is post-secondary. So this is important information. We do not accept in terms of educational background if this is secondary institution, like for example, high school or vocational institution. If you have any doubts, if your institution is secondary or post-secondary, that is our role. We are going to help you to verify if you are eligible. And to be able to do so, we will require few documents from your institution, diploma or proof of student status, if you are currently studying, and transcript from your institution. Another eligibility criteria in terms of internship and training program is if you have a degree in hospitality or culinary arts within 1 year or relevant work experience. So there is an option either that you have 12 months, within 12 months that you are currently graduated, or if this is after 12 months, then we will require your diploma plus additional minimum of 1 year work experience. Or if you have never studied before, in terms of the educational background, we require minimum of 5 years working experience, but important part of this information is that it must be within the culinary and hospitality sector. So this must be the same field as the position you are applying for. And lastly, excellent English level. So that would be it in terms of eligibility criteria. But as I mentioned before, we are going to help you to verify if you are eligible. So what we are going to do after this webinar, you will receive an email from us within the next few days with the information how to proceed further. And then you will provide us with your resume, your diploma, proof of student status, and transcript to verify your eligibility. Now it's very important part in terms of placements that we are offering for this in-person first in Cape Town. So as I already mentioned before, we have two positions available: culinary kitchen rotation and front desk rotation. And each of these positions offers 12 months, either an internship program or training program. Going into details about the salary, you can earn between $16 and $20 per hour stipend. And also, each host company offers free accommodation for the first days upon arrival. In terms of more details about the job offers, every single position that we have and the location, we have prepared samples of job offers. So we are also able to provide you with much more detailed information for every single position and location that we have. And this is the part that I really like talking about, because we are going to now go into details about 3 locations that we have for the host companies that they are going to come all the way from the United States, from Florida. And as I mentioned, first one is the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale. The second one is Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa. And then lastly, Orlando World Santa Marriott. So all of these locations are located in Florida, in iconic places right near the beach. And all of them are luxury places, hotels with beautiful resorts. And very important part is that having this type of host company in your resume and the experience that you are going to gain is really priceless in this state. Application process. So as you already know, we send you some information about how to apply for the program, and that you are responsible for joining our in-person first. But I will also guide you throughout the whole process, not just the part that finishes at in-person first, but hopefully for some of you attending today's webinar, you are going to start your program in the United States very soon. So first thing that you already done is submitting your application. So you already done that part, but just so you know, for some of you, the missing point after submitting the application is that we haven't received from some of you your resume. And this is very important to be able to verify if you are eligible. So as I mentioned, after our webinar, within a few days, you are going to receive an email where we will ask you to submit your resume so we can then verify if you are eligible. If you are eligible, we will schedule pre-screening interview. So this interview will be one-on-one interview where we will be talking to you about your eligibility criteria, about your particular case in terms of applying for this job first and provide you with more information about first. And also, if you have any questions, you will be able to ask during our call. Also, once you are eligible for this program after the pre-screening interview, when we tell you, yes, we can actually accept you for this first because all of the criteria you are meeting, so we can go ahead with your application. So to sign up for the program, you need to pay application fee of $100. Next, you need to attend recruitment fair. And I will stop here for a moment because I already mentioned to you about why is it worth applying for internship program. But this is something a little bit different than just a virtual interview. This particular event allows you to meet in person with the host company that is coming from the United States. Also, it's a chance for you to meet with us, representatives of your sponsor agency, Alliance Abroad. So it's very important that during this event, you are going to meet with us and gain also very important experience. What I mean by it is that I will explain you a little bit more about how the actual day of first will look like. So we will welcome you during this event and then we will have a presentation. So the host company is going to present all of the free locations and provide you with detailed information about it. Also, we will tell you more about program itself and about interviews. And then after the welcoming part and the presentation, you will be able, of course, to ask questions and talk to us. And after that, we will have interviews. And for the culinary positions, the interview have two ways. So all people applying for culinary positions will have skilled professional test. And of course, we will guide you through how this test will look like. But shortly, it will be a test for every culinary position that you will be cooking chosen by you meal. It will take between 35 to 45 minutes. And there will be kitchen available and everything will be explained to you in terms of details of how the skilled test will look like. But be prepared that you are going to actually have a practice test. And then you will have also an interview to talk to chef who is coming from the United States. In terms of front desk positions, you not have a skilled test, but definitely it's a great experience for you to witness all of that part as well. But you will have interviews with the human resources representative who is coming from the United States and hiring people for this particular position. So after interviews, you also will have time to ask us more questions. And then within few days, you will receive information if you are hired. And now that's the part that is very important. So this particular host company has a great experience traveling around the world and doing this in person first. So from our knowledge and years of working together, I can definitely tell you that they do have high level of acceptance for this particular in-person first. So let's say that you are hired. So this is a great information. We can go ahead with scheduling your visa appointment. But for those, if there will be any circumstances that someone will not be hired, you don't have to worry because we actually offer you the option to, of course, apply for other host companies, not in person this time. This will be actually virtual interview, but I just want to let you know in case you worry that what if I will not be hired to these Marriott locations. You don't have to worry because we work with many other host companies. So we have many other opportunities and you are able to have another matching process done with us and we will be able to offer you different positions. So once you are hired, either through in-person first or through virtual interview, once you sign the job offer, your application is completed, we can go into exciting part of visa application. We will guide you through this process. And once your appointment is scheduled, you have to show up once at the US Embassy to apply for your visa. If you receive your visa, you can plan your arrival. And this is the moment when you can purchase your round-trip plane tickets and basically start packing your bags, and exciting part, going to the United States and starting your program. Now, I would like to inform you a little bit more about program costs. We have two options. First option is standard fees. So what it means is that all fees in this option will be paid upfront, but not straight away. I will explain you step by step how it looks like. So firstly, to sign up for the program and to be able to attend in-person job fairs, you need to pay $100 application fee. And here, it's important information for you because normally we do not have this type of fee structure. This particular structure is only created for this in-person first. It's much better option for you because normally application fee is $500 if you apply without in-person first. So in this particular instance, to sign up for the program, you pay $100. Once you are accepted and you would like to pay all fees upfront, the rest of the program fees are $4,150. And as I mentioned, it's due after already you are accepted and sign your contract. Next, you pay $185 for the visa appointment. This fee is paid directly to the US Embassy. And also $220 is a service fee, and it's paid to the Department of Homeland Security. You don't have to worry that you will forget where and what money has to be paid because it's our role to guide you throughout this process. Additional costs that it's important to have in mind is round-trip airfare, and also we recommend emergency funds, at least $1,500. Why is it important? Because once you start your program, it's not that straight away you're receiving your first paycheck. Your first paycheck is usually after first or second week of work. So for the duration of this time, you need to cover your living expenses. That's why we recommend to bring some additional money. Plus, you are far away from your country of residency or citizenship. That's why anything can happen on the way. So having access to emergency money is important. Second option of the payment, which is really popular, is a payment plan fee option. So here, nothing changes in terms of the first part of the payment, which is application fee, $100. But then we have only $400 to be paid before starting the program, after you are accepted by the host company. And I will stop for a moment in that instance because as well, I need to explain to you that normally this particular option in terms of this structure is for this first, but if you would decide that you maybe one day you will apply for virtual option, then the second payment, the first payment is $500, and then the second payment is $1,000. So there is definitely a difference. So I just would like you to have the understanding that this structure is for in-person first. And lastly, in terms of the installment plan, the rest of the program fees, we are allowing you to pay in installments while you are in the United States on your program. So you have 10 months, starting from the second month, to do repayments of installments. $400 every month from the second to the 11th of month. And this is all in terms of the program fees, and also the same information that I provided you before about visa fee, $185, and the service fee, $220, plus the same cost of round-trip airfare and emergency money. Thank you so much. In terms of the information that I wanted to share with you, that would be it. And now it's exciting part because I would like you to ask any questions you like. You can pop in all of the questions to Q&A section, and we will be going through these questions and answering them. So if you have any type of thing that I haven't covered or something wasn't clear, please, now it's time for you to ask. I will stop sharing my screen and let's see if you have any questions.
Yeah, you have some questions coming in. So Tyne is asking, if I'm to pay 4,000 US on installment, how much am I getting paid per month?
So, very good question, actually. Depends how many hours you will work. So normally, in terms of your contract, you have 32 hours per week. The salary varies between $16 and $20, depends on the location and the position. So you are allowed to have more hours. So in your job offer and the sample that I am happy to share with you when you contact us after the webinar, there is information that if you work over 40 hours per week, there is overtime allowance. It's not guaranteed that you will be able to work more than 40 hours per week. But in the instance, if you would be allowed to work more, then you are paid 150% of the regular salary wage. So here you don't have monthly salary, you are paid by hour, and it depends of how many hours per week exactly you will have, and also how many taxes, because taxes also depend on how many hours per week you worked.
Max is asking, is it possible to pay all the fees while you're already working?
Unfortunately not. So I mentioned there are two payments options, one upfront and one with installments. The option with installments, the structure that I created, that upfront you pay total of $500, this is the best we could ever offer, to be honest. We are not able to offer to pay all of the fees. They are fees that must be paid before, which is application fee and $400 of the program fees. The rest, yes, we can do in installments. That's what we are offering you, but $500 must be paid before going to the United States.
Perfect. Domain is asking about housing arrangements. Is it shared rooms or shared apartments?
Okay, so for first 10 days, you have organized accommodation by your employer in the United States, but it's required for you to have pre-arranged already accommodation before you are going to the United States. You have information provided in your also job offers of potential leads, which is contacts to landlords, where you can reach out to, and normally where our J1 participants stay after the first free 10 days organized by the employer. And in terms of offered accommodation, it really varies. You can either find your completely own accommodation, so you don't have to contact that particular landlord that is listed in your job offer. But if you actually decide, yes, I want to actually go ahead with that option, you have contact details, and these are apartments mostly with 2 rooms. So this is shared accommodation, 2 rooms, and in most cases 2 bathrooms. And per room there is allowance of maximum 2 people. So you either, I will give you example. Let's say that monthly cost in Sawgrass accommodation organized by the landlord is $1,750. You have an option to rent either 1 room for yourself and then have additional person in the second room and divide this cost between 2 people, or you have a choice to have a roommate in your room plus in the second room 2 other people and share this expense between 4 people. So that's basically, it's up to 4 people per apartment of 2 rooms, or as I mentioned, you can organize your own accommodation.
Perfect. Another question here. Do I qualify for the J1 program if I'm applying for the third time and my 2-year period outside the US ends in July?
Yes, if your timing aligns within new program start date, you are allowed. So if this 2-year period finishes in July, absolutely you are able to apply. What the regulation says is that next program must start after that date. And here, yes, it starts either August or September.
Perfect. Another question. What are the list of documents you guys need from applicants?
So I mentioned briefly in terms of first initial batch of documents that we need, which is your resume, up-to-date resume, your diploma or current proof of student status, and also transcript. If someone doesn't have educational background in culinary or hospitality, then we need proven 5 years of work experience, which requires references or proof of work, which is agreement. And also in some countries, you have official government document that actually is provided with the information of your work, previous work. Additionally, we need valid passport. So what it means what I mean by valid passport is that it must be valid for at least 7 months from the planned end of program date. So briefly, if you start program in August 2025 and finish in August 2026, it must be valid for additional 6 months. Also, you will need to sign terms and conditions. If you are choosing payment plan, you will be provided with our template of a payment plan agreement that you need to sign. Additionally, you will need to sign job offer provided by us and training plan and a few other documents that basically are templates that we are providing in our database, but that is mostly what we need. So it's not too many documents that we need for you to organize. We do not require any criminal background, so you don't need additional documents to apply for in that sense, but there are some documents in terms of eligibility that we need from you.
Next question is around, is there an age limit?
No, in terms of age limit, I started with no because by Department of State, this program does not have age limit. What it means is that at least you have to be minimum of 18 years old. So this is the minimum, but it's not in terms of the top age. There is no such a thing like that. Of course, you need to have the understanding that you need applying for this program. It's based also on your work experience. So this program is for people who need to and want to gain additional work experience. So if in your career you feel like there are other skills and experience that you would like to learn, this is a great program for you. In terms of visa eligibility, there is also no age limit, but you might be asked if you are over age of 35, let's say, more questions why at this point of your career you decided to do trainee plan in the United States, because they want to know that you are going with the right reasoning. As I mentioned, this is not just work opportunity. They want you to actually gain additional work experience.
Thanks, Anna. Next question from Maxine is about the application fee of $100. When does that get paid and can you pay it in installments?
So as I already mentioned, in terms of installments, application fee must be paid basically as soon as possible, so within next few days or a week, because why, I will explain you why. We have limited number of placements for this particular job first. So first come, first serve in that sense. I am open about it because we can't accept everyone. There are limits that we have for in-person first. So when we reach that limit, we won't be able to accept anyone for this first. Of course, you will be able to apply for normal ITP and internship program where we have online interviews, not in-person one. But then, as I mentioned, there is different fee structure because application fee is $500 instead of $100. And this particular $100 moment when you pay it, you have guaranteed reserved spot to join our in-person first. So it cannot be paid in installments.
And next question is, this person is finishing their professional cookery course on in this month, on the 30th of April. So the certificate process may take some time to come through, but are they still allowed to apply?
Yes, definitely. We have lots of people asking these questions when they are currently studying or having already planned graduation. Yes, you can apply. It's not that straight away. We need your diploma. We need your current, for example, proof of student status if you are currently studying, to make sure that this institution and the level of certificate or diploma you are obtaining now, it's sufficient enough, but there's no problem that you actually provide us with the actual diploma or certificate later.
Great. And I think there's another question here about they're currently in a program, can they apply? So I think you've just answered that as well. The airfare is additional, but how much does it cost? Well, I think that very much depends on which airline you
Very
choose and
much.
the dates. Yeah, okay.
Very
5 years
much.
work experience. Wow. That someone's suggesting that's a lot. That obviously
But
only
that
applies
is
if they don't have, yeah.
so. This 5 years work experience applies only if you do not have educational background. So if you do have educational background in culinary or hospitality, and you apply after minimum of 12 months of graduation, you need only 1 year of working experience. If you are currently enrolled or graduated within the 12 months, there is no work experience required or other than the actual internship or training that you had within your school, the diploma or certificate that you finish. So the 5 years applies only if there is no educational background. And for some people, when you summarize how many years you spend for education plus the work experience, it's very similar. And this is that's the difference between also internship and trainee program. Internship has not as advanced training program as trainee program itself, because for people who are applying for a trainee one, as someone mentioned, minimum 5 years of work experience, you already have certain level of experience. So you need to have advanced training with the skills and experience that you currently do not have.
Okay. Lots of questions about if they have some experience and qualifications, can they apply, whether it's culinary or tourism? So I think the answer is yes, they can definitely apply.
Yes, and by the way, as I mentioned that after our webinar, within a few days, you will receive an email where we will be asking you to provide us with documents to check your eligibility. So because it's very individual, it's not black and white exactly who is eligible, who is not on the top of the main eligibility criteria. Then it depends what type of educational background you have and what type of work experience you have. We are more than happy to access every single case individually to make sure that you are eligible.
Great. A question here about if I can't make it to Cape Town, does it mean I don't qualify for the program?
No, if you can't make it to Cape Town for in-person first, and still, if you are eligible, when we verify your eligibility, you can apply for the program, just not for in-person first. So then we can offer you different opportunities that we have available when you apply online, only not in person. But then I will also guide you through the fee structure that it's for non-in-person first.
Great. Someone is just asking about where do they apply. I've just added the application page into the chat, so anyone who hasn't yet filled it in can fill it in there or forward it to a friend or a colleague who you think might be interested as well. Let me just see. Oh my goodness, loads and loads of questions. The due
I'm very
date for
happy, by the
applying.
way, that you are asking.
When is the due date to apply?
So also I mentioned first come, first serve. Our job first are on the 16th of May. We do not accept walk-ins. All people have to be pre-vetted. Application fee must be paid, and also you must fill out basic stage of application and provide us with your documents to verify eligibility criteria. So saying that, for the next few weeks, we will be having open recruitment unless after today's first, that many people will sign up that we will not have any more placements, then we will be able to provide you with other options, but not in person first. So as soon as possible, and that's as good as I can let you know, to be honest, to make sure that you have guaranteed spot.
Perfect. Someone has just come back from the US a month ago. Does it mean they can't apply?
If depends. If that was internship or trainee program J1, then no, sorry, because it's 2 years waiting time if you want to apply for another program in that sense.
And if they came back on a different program, as in if it wasn't, yeah.
If it was different program, different visa, then most likely there is no waiting time. But I would like to pop in my email address if you have any questions, so you can directly ask about certain visa that you, for example, had and program, and I will be able to let you know how it works in terms of this type of program.
Okay. Another question, do we do placements in Utah?
You mean in terms of location for other host companies? We do have some companies over there, but this is a very important thing. When you apply for the program, because we cannot guarantee you that the host company will accept you 100%. It always depends on the host company at the end of the day after interview. If you are only seeking for employment in one particular place, and then you are not accepted, you need to be open for other locations. So the answer is yes, we do have some offers. If they are going to be available at the time when you are applying, we cannot guarantee, but when you are interested, we can check if we have something available. But then additional factor is if you are going to be accepted straight away. So we have some expectations about locations, but we also need to let you know that you need to be open-minded in case you would not be accepted with your first matching.
Thank you. A question here about the 32 hours per week. Are they guaranteed? Somebody just wants to be sure so that they wouldn't be struggling to get enough hours of work.
Yes, so that's the whole idea of making sure that you will be able to support yourself in the United States. So in terms of 32 hours, this is the minimum guaranteed in terms of your program, so you can pay bills and living expenses.
Okay, sorry, I'm currently doing my advanced diploma in hospitality. If the departure is in September, does that mean I'd have to drop out?
Depends also, and depends what year you are, how many years you have left, because some people do stop for the internship. Some schools require internship or training as a part of mandatory requirement to graduate. So we have this type of participants as well. So it's not that you are dropping your university. You actually go for internship or training program, come back and finish. If, for example, this is different situation that it's not required, you can ask for a gap year. And depending on the university and the year you are currently at, that's also very personalized one. So I encourage you to contact directly me, and I will be able to assess your situation and let you know what type of options you have.
Great. Does the airfare have to be round trip, or can I buy one way and then the return when I'm there?
You need to have round trip, but it doesn't have to be the same place of departure to return one. So what it means is that if, for example, you are living from Cape Town, but then you have a plan to go to, let's say, Australia, then, for example, you need to have Cape Town to the US, to Florida in that instance, and then Florida, for example, Sydney. So the whole thing is that you have to leave United States after finishing your program. You have, after 1 year of program, you have additional 30 days of grace period. And you can use some of these days before going to the United States, but please remember that it's maximum of 30 days for traveling and leaving the United States. So after the program, you must actually departure, but it's not your mandatory requirement that you have to return to Cape Town.
Okay. Are the job destinations only in the US?
Depending. This program, J1 internship and training program in the United States, yes, this is the only option in the United States for this particular visa. But we also have other programs in Australia and Canada. You can check our website and see what options we have available.
A question here about if you don't have the educational background and you are working in hospitality, but not for 5 years yet, does that mean
So,
you can't?
depends also. If you are very close to 5 years, and by the time that we are ready for the visa process, you will have 5 years of work experience, then yes, you can apply. If it's farther than a few months from 5 years, then you need to wait a little bit before starting the program. Or, for example, if you have, let's say, 11 months left, you still can, for example, contact us in a couple months that you are ready to start the program, and not program, but the process. Because what can happen is that we can start the process, go ahead, if we have several months, and by the time you are ready for a visa, then you will have this 5 years of work experience. But if it's longer, then you need to wait when it's closer to 5 years. We cannot. It's not that it's only like our requirement; it's the Department of State requirement for this particular program. So you cannot apply for a visa without meeting this particular eligibility criteria.
Maxine is asking, can you pay back once you have the job? I think you've covered that there is a payment plan, but the initial deposit has to be paid before you go.
Yes, exactly. So $4,000, yes, you can pay while you are in the United States for 10 months. Every month from the second month, you pay $400, but application fee $100 and then $400 after you are accepted, that must be paid before.
A question here about is there a transfer recommendation between Marriott hotels? So once you're completed your J1 program in the US, can you get a recommendation to work for another Marriott hotel outside the US?
So,
And
I know what you mean. Obviously, when you receive several documents, by the way, confirming that you had this particular program in Marriott. So how it normally works, your DS 2019 is issued with this particular host company in it. You have a job offer, you have a training plan. Additionally, yes, you can ask your host company for references. And yes, of course, you can ask if there are any openings around the world. But in terms of us and in different types of visa, it's not that we coordinate different countries if we are not organizing programs there. So just so you know, we cannot guarantee that you will be recommended to different place, but it's very obvious that if you are performing great, you have a good reputation there, you are professional at this particular position, and you already worked with Marriott for this program, then when you apply, we see this type of common thing that when you apply internationally, many people actually have much higher chances to get a position within the brand.
Is this program for diploma only, or do other qualifications under hospitality work?
No, not only diploma, there are also certificates allowed, but as I mentioned, because of different type of levels, we do require to send us a diploma or proof of student status and a transcript to confirm if this particular school has accreditation and the level of requirement.
Perfect. Question about the date of the Cape Town meeting. So that is May 16th.
Yes, yes, it will be morning time. You need to be ready. We will, of course, provide exact timing closer to the date, but it will be several hours. So it's not just that you are coming for interviews. It's whole day of event. It's a great experience with very good positive energy. So it's something that you are definitely going to gain from. So it's very recommended for you to join.
Perfect. What I think there's a question here about what the positions are. Could you remind people what the
Yes,
positions we're hiring for?
culinary and front desk positions. So we have two options. Culinary kitchen rotation, that's the full name of the position, and front desk rotation.
Okay, perfect. Two questions just about H2B. Is this on the H2B program? But this is not.
No, this is different type of visa. As I mentioned, this exchange program, when you have a training plan, it's not work opportunity.
Front desk openings are from September 2025. Does that mean by 1st of September I have to be in the USA if I am accepted?
So
Exact start dates.
So, for example, if the start date is 1st of August for the culinary position, or yes, let's say 1st of August, it means that you must be in the United States to start the program on the 1st, so you need to arrive either 1 or 2 days earlier to be able to start your program. Sometimes, by the way, depending when it's closer to getting your visa, the exact date is confirmed, but on the 1st of August, for example, you need to be ready to start at the host company your training.
Okay. Do we have a program for Luxembourg?
No, we do not.
No, it's a short answer. No, not at the moment anyway. No.
Not at the moment, exactly.
No. So someone has applied and was rejected and is querying why. I would suggest if you send an email to Anna, she can
I
look
will
at
repeat
your
my email address.
that she will look at that in more detail.
Yes.
Another question here. I'm a culinary student, but I'd like to venture into a different role within hospitality, like front of house. So is that possible?
So, because you are applying for this particular position, your training will be within this position. But when you are open to additional positions because of the rotation element provided, you might ask if there is a possibility for some training, additional training in the other sector, but it's not guaranteed that this will be allowed as a part of your program. So that is very important, because when you are applying for this particular position, you need to already have your experience related to this particular position. If you are interested in obtaining a new one, then obviously you need to request additional option, but it's not guaranteed as a part of your contract.
There's a couple of questions here, Anna, about when the payment links will be sent out, like at what stage of the process, and also if their visa is denied, do they get a refund?
Okay, so obviously before you sign up for the program, you are receiving from us terms and conditions where everything is explained in terms of fees that they are not being refunded. In terms of visa denial, total fees that they are not refunded only in the instance of in-person first, because this particular event has personalized terms and conditions. So if your visa is denied, you can apply one more time. If after the second appointment you are not getting visa, you are denied, you basically are not having a third chance to apply for the visa, unless there is some situation that individually. Everything can be assessed individually depending on the situation why the visa was previously denied. So we are accessing individually, but normally in terms of terms and conditions, there are 2 visa denials allowed. In that instance, application fee of $100 is not refundable, and $400 is not refundable as well. So $500 in case of visa denial is not refundable. In the instance that, for example, after job fairs, you are not accepted and you do not want any other option with different host companies, even though they are great opportunities and very high level host companies, but you basically tell us, no, I don't want to go any farther than that, $100 is not refundable. So once $100 is paid, it's not refundable. But then if you are not accepted, you are not paying any other fees. So this is the only risk that you have. But I need to mention as well that because of different structure for this first, this is different terms and conditions in terms of refund. Normally, if you apply for non-in-person job fairs, in case of visa denial, the fees that they are not refundable is $850. So that is something to keep in mind, please.
There's a couple of questions about things that were covered in the presentation, so I think it's best to say that we will be sending out
Yes.
the recording of this, so you can look at it again and get all that information. But there is one question here that I think would be helpful to respond to, Anna, and that is, someone said, like, I suppose, what is our credibility, and have we placed interns in the US before? And obviously they're wary of scammers in this industry, and
absolutely. I love this question, to be honest, because this is something we must be proud of as a J1 visa sponsor. We have over 30 years of experience organizing J1 program. And so this speaks louder than words. Plus, we are on the website where Department of State lists all accredited sponsors. So this is something important when you are actually checking who is reliable or who is not. We are listed as accredited sponsor through Department of State. What is more, you applying right now with us, you are applying straight away with the sponsor. So there is no overseas agency involved in our recruitment when you are speaking with us, because you are speaking with the sponsor. So definitely check the Department of State website. Also, our social media and website can show you information about how many years and how many people we are sending, and all of the photos and stories shared are real stories from our participants. So definitely it's important. And by the way, we are also located in Cape Town. So if you come for in-person first, you will meet in person. So you will even have another reason to trust our professionalism.
Absolutely. I think that's covered everything. So yeah, Anna, do you want to maybe let them know what they're going to receive and what to do next?
Exactly. So as I mentioned, you are going to receive the email with the information how to apply. So you will follow basically steps explained in that email to reach out to us. Next, after we receive your resume, if we need additional document like diploma and transcript, we will definitely reach out to you. Once you are confirmed as eligible, you will also be sent a link to a meeting with us to actually schedule pre-screening interview. And once we meet for this pre-screening interview, that is the moment, because someone asked about it, when do you pay this application fee? So after pre-screening interview, when we inform you, yes, we do accept you for in-person first, you are going to be sent the link for the payment.
Great.
Additionally, what I can say that if you have any friends that, for example, couldn't join our webinar today, we are planning additional webinar next week, because we really know that some of you couldn't join, and we know how important it is to get more information in that sense. So also in the email that we will be sending you, there will be link to register for additional webinar, and you can share it with your friends or share the link that Anna provided you with of apply now, and that's the way that also we will connect with you. Thank you so much for today. I am very happy of how many questions we received. It's impressive and it shows how interested you are. So if you have any further questions, we are here for you and our team. You definitely will hear from Rihanna, Shimi, and Yana, who are a part of my team in terms of contacting you and checking your eligibility and having pre-screening interviews. So we are looking forward to meet with you online again and hopefully in person in Cape Town. Thank you.